All right, guys, let's see what's going on for you this second week of January for my lovely Scorpios. Scorpios, please. What's the second week of January got for Scorpios? Scorpios, I appreciate the love and the connecting in, and I know I don't usually do them often. But yeah, sometimes my readings are a little brutally honest, and a lot of people don't like that. I just feel like tarot is here to help. And the honesty of the cards comes in. Sometimes the cards don't show everything we want to see, okay? It shows us what we need to see. And I always find that fascinating. Like, if sometimes the universe knows we're going to lose a job or a relationship, but won't say it for a lot of reasons. They say it because there are certain actions you need to take or they need to take because free will is still in play. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because I see the tower at the bottom of the deck. I don't like reading towers. What fell on the table, though, is the Knight of Wands and the Two of Swords. You're struggling to make a decision here between two people or two situations or two paths. And you really don't know which is the right one to take right now. All right? You could be dealing with something that's casual, an affair, a fling, a side hustle, something non-committal, Knight of Wands. And there you are with the Two of Swords. You're like, this one or this one? Don't know. I don't know. Not making a choice is a choice, Scorpio. Your card, the Tower. Change. Things falling apart because you weren't making the change. And you know this better than any other sign in the zodiac, that when we have tower moments, it's because the universe did it to us because it was something that you were dealing with that wasn't meant for you. Either it was beneath you and you weren't leaving it. Either it was a situation you were keeping yourself in that you deserve so much more and you just were staying there. Or it was a scenario where you weren't making a choice, so the universe made it for you. Because stagnation does not exist in this planet. Everything keeps moving, everything keeps evolving. We'll see why this is your situation this week. Let's continue when we clarify, obviously, everything. What's coming in towards Scorpio, please? Even if there's a breakup, right? It's because, say you're a person, you want this person to come back to you. Well, they got to come back correct, or you do. You got to tweak something within your shadow side. That's why this channel is called Elpis Enlightenment. It's not just about the light. Enlightenment is uncovering your shadow side, your dark side, going into your human construct and peeking in and looking at all that dark shit that nobody really wants to do. But who does it best? You do. You do, Scorpio. And the reason I keep bringing this up is because I feel like this is what's going to be happening to you this year. Last year was a major enlightenment year, an epiphany. But everything you learned last year, you're applying this year because it's a year of 8, right? It's implementation year. So here you are saying to yourself, I'm emotionally battered, I'm wounded. I need to fucking do something about this. So I think I might need to be alone. No option, no choice. Even if you have 5 choices, even if you have 2 choices, I think you're going to take a leap of faith and risk onto yourself and be like, I think I'm going to go out there on my own because I see myself that I have too many boundaries. I see myself as having too many guards up. And so you're kind of like putting yourself out there and challenging yourself in a whole new way, in a whole new perspective. And I think 2023 taught you that. It's fascinating. I do see you ghosting, though, somebody, or you having an affair. I mean, look at you. You're like skipping along and you're like, I hope they don't notice that I just took all these fucking swords and I'm just like making an Irish exit here. This is what you're doing. If this isn't you, then it's your person. Cards are energies, guys, but you're the discerning querent. You're the discerning adult. You know how this applies. Love you. What doesn't Scorpio see coming their way? Well, hello. 10 of Cups. Happy couple. Oh, never mind. I take it back. Sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't make death cards come out. It's your card, by the way. Muerto. There's an ending to some sort of environment that you've been in. So if this is at work and your coworkers and it was happy before, it's over now, right? Death. Something needed to change anyway. Something needed to happen. Something needed to move on. So like, for example, Scorpio, say you took this job and it's not really the right fit for you. You know, the universe is not going to let you stay there, you know, because you're not going to be happy. Happiness is temporary in that regard because you got to keep working on something. But if it's not your home, it's not your place, it's not going to stay forever. Same thing with relationships, friendships, you know, family ships. Whatever this environment was, it's going to come to an end. Okay? And it might not necessarily have to do anything with you. It could just be the people in your environment causing it. Right? It was unsustainable. Two of Pentacles in reverse. You were trying to juggle it. You were trying to handle it. You were trying to manage it. And it wasn't sustainable. And you were wavering too. And you were flip-flopping. Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? What is the advice here for Scorpio, please? Every loss is painful. Clearly. And there it is. The Ten of Cups in reverse. The ending of that. But in your advice, you have Justice and you have Three of Swords. I told you, the universe is not going to leave you hanging. They're not going to leave you dry. Some of you could be in court, and even though there's an ending to a marriage or a commitment or a job, you're going to be justified. Something's going to come in and right its right. But moreover, because it's in the advice position, I would be foul if I didn't say, Justice in your advice is saying you have to be above board, Scorpio. You have to be fair and balanced and honest for all parties involved, because you don't want karma knocking on your door and say, hi, did you miss us? Because we got a thing to say to you. You don't want that. Let me tell you something. Karma also visits you when you do good. They're like, we've seen you suffer. We've seen your pain. We're coming here to justify you. Make no mistake. You're a good person. You're going to get rewarded. But you're in pain. And you need to heal. But you need to be fair and balanced. You can't lash out at others because of the pain that you're in. Because this doesn't seem cool. All right. So let's see what the outcome for the week is saying. We'll get more detail, Scorpio, when we start clarifying. Because that's pretty like some deep shit right there, especially in your advice position. Like, Justice is a major arcana, so I'm wondering why that's there. You have a few major arcanas in your reading. Major arcanas come and hit us when we need guidance most in our lives. And that's what's happening here for you. But a lot of these cards where I see Scorpio, I see Libra, and I see Aries here. Yeah. Look at the outcome of the week. I love this. Two of Cups. And maybe that is your Justice. If you do things right and you do fair balance, you're going to end up in a partnership. You're going to end up in an agreement. You're going to end up in a couplehood with somebody that you deserve to be with, or in a situation that you should be in. Four of Wands. Wow. You're leveling up. You're going somewhere better. So this is a business partnership or a couple partnership where you both agree that you're soulmates. And you're leveling up. Instead of being lovers, you're boyfriend, girlfriend. Instead of, you being this job, you get leveled up somewhere else. You get engaged, you move in, you buy a house. These are agreements to something that you're leveling up in life. It's an upgrade. Four of Wands is an upgrade. All right, what's the good thing coming towards Scorpio this week? Because the outcome kind of looks like it's good. And I love that that's in, your outcome position. Yeah, Queen of Wands is your only challenge to not be you're starting to see something with a different perspective, different view. Your only challenges here is something to do with being like flaky, like having an affair or a lover or something like that. So it's being re-represented to you to handle. Knight of Wands, please, and Two of Swords. So the lover or the casual thing that you were putting all your time and energy in, that you were investing, comes crashing down and burning. And after that, like the disappearing, the ghosting, the fighting, the ending, or the job ends or whatever, and you're left with a decision to make. I don't know. I feel like there's an opportunity for you to go back. So I think that's like one of the things on your table, because you're looking at it. Well, I invested my time and energy in that place, that person, that situation. Why can't I go back to it? What does After Tarot have to say here, please? There we go. See, you're going to text, right? Or they're going to text you, and there's either an apology or something like that, but then you start telling the truth, or they start telling the truth. You guys put your cards on the table. That is why you have an option. And it is in regards to an upgrade in your situationship. Interesting. What is this Nine of Wands in the Fool, please? Ace of Cups, Five of Cups in reverse, and the King of Swords. Okay. There's a King of Swords here, which is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It doesn't have to be, but this person is new on the scene. All right, Scorpio, they're the new cat. And you're looking at your new abundance. So you're kind of like saying, you know what, I'm going to swiftly go in that direction and communicate with that individual. So even though you're emotionally guarded, you're taking a leap of faith and a risk, and you're going in a new direction. And that's what it looks like. Let me see what After Tarot has to say. And that person is the new love. Is the new person. So maybe those are your options. You're just kind of picking up the pieces from what recently happened to you or what is happening to you. And you're just moving forward cautiously, albeit slowly. But you're challenged because you're wondering where the future is going to go, how it's going to end, what's being said, what's not being said, what you know, what you don't know. And you're trying hard to, I don't know, you could be doing a third-party situation. What is Death and Ten of Cups? Too many, Spirit. Death, clarified by death. Doesn't get more simpler than that. Something ended because somebody stopped putting effort in the relationship. That's it. You just stopped. And that's why it ended. You're just like, I'm not putting effort in this. And it just ended. You had a lot of boundaries up. You just felt like you were protecting yourself from a wolf. And that you were dealing with wolves. And you're like, you know what? And this place is getting toxic. This situation's getting toxic. This person's a wolf. I gotta protect myself. Let me see what After Tarot has to say here. The Hangman and Page of Swords. You're trying to see something from a different perspective, so you're trying to get more information. You're going all CIA and FBI crazy over here getting info, and you're like, wait a minute, let me think of it from this angle, or I haven't thought about it from this angle. So you're trying to get as much information as you can on this person. But there is some sort of confusion, all right? Sometimes this is the card of delusion too, so careful, Scorpio. I'm not saying you're deluded. I'm just saying that, like, somebody could be putting you in that situation. Confusing you. Three of Swords and Justice. Eight of Swords in reverse, the World, and the Two of Wands. Okay. So you are starting a new chapter, a new journey. You feel like somebody here has gotten you unstuck, has given you another answer or another solution to your problem. But you are still a little bit in this situation where you gotta heal because you are feeling some sort of pain. You, if this is work related, you are like sort of an apprentice or you're at the bottom learning the ropes. And it's been hard for you. Let's see after tarot, please. If that's love related, it's about you needing to heal and making sure you do the right thing for all parties involved. The Emperor and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, some of you are used to deal with an Aries, if not an Aries, an Emperor, somebody that was huge in your life. Really, it's talking about you're coming up against an Emperor. And you could have been the third party. It could have been an affair. And you rejected them or they rejected you. I don't know. There's a rejection to the affair. It's talking about whatever you had invested to take your pentacle and plant that seed somewhere else. Two of Cups, Four of Swords in reverse, and the High Priestess. Okay, so, and the Devil. You are dealing with some kind of toxic situation, whether that's you or them. The Devil doesn't do things to us. We do things to us. We do things out of fear. We do things out of codependency, obsession, compulsion, shit like that. Or if it's a toxic person, a narcissist, a gaslighter, a whatever, a fucked up individual, we allow them in our lives. So that's how we allow the devil to enter our place, our sacred space, right? And the devil's at the bottom of the deck. But this is the before. So it's saying before you might have been in this place where what was toxic is maybe you weren't communicating efficiently here with somebody. And there was a lack of healing for you on your part, Scorpio. But now you're coming to this place where you are finding an agreement here with someone. Partnership with someone. Let me see what the after is saying. You're burdened, you're exhausted, you're tired, and the whole thing is draining the shit out of you. And this is why you're finding yourself to not be putting that much work and effort into something. Maybe something from your past. And that's why you're finding an agreement here now with something else. Look, here, you're starting to see something else as abundant. I don't know if that was the thing from your past or your new person, but you see it now. A lot of you, this is runner chaser. Unrequited and then going back to the thing that you thought was not so awesome is now maybe a blessing in disguise. Tell me, romance angels, what do you see here that I don't? Yeah, you have to make a decision regarding somebody very, very soon. And I always get this when it's an unrequited situation. So you're going to have to clearly make a decision on what you want so that it comes to you now. Because it's available to you. And the universe is like, I'll give it to you, but are you ready for it? If not, give it back to us so we can put this little fish back in the sea for someone else to pluck up. Right? Because that's where you're at. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's kind of like I have chills on my shoulders when I'm sitting here saying unrequited love. Didn't even flip over the card yet. There it is, unrequited love. Not enough of romance. I always get that card very soon when it's unrequited. And there is somebody here it's unrequited. Shadow and light. Last but not least for my Scorpio. Please listen. These cards usually wrap up the whole reading in a neat little bow. What does Scorpio need to hear right now? Most important message. Forgiving. Forgiveness and grimness. Forgiveness and grimness. Okay, grimness. Isn't that like kind of your card from the death card? Look at her face. It is like almost like the death tarot. It's kind of cool. Forgiving someone doesn't make the thing they did to hurt you okay. Forgiving means setting yourself free of the pain someone has caused you. Forgiving someone is not for them, it's for you. Not being able to forgive can cause grimness in your mind, negative and perhaps even intrusive thoughts. Holding on to the anger and other negative feelings will only inflict more pain on yourself. This grimness doesn't necessarily even transfer to the very person or thing that you struggle to forgive, that you think negatively about and perhaps wish nasty things upon. That's probably why you have justice in your advice position, guys. It mainly affects yourself, making you feel worse. It's like double punishment. You've already been hurt, and now you're hurting yourself. It might be hard to motivate yourself to find the feeling of forgiveness while still hanging on to the negative thoughts. But forgiving someone is the best you can do for yourself. It might take some practice and perception to truly let go and to be prepared and avoid judging yourself if you don't succeed immediately. This card encourages you to try and wash away the grimness by forgiving in your mind. You don't have to tell the one who hurt you that you are forgiving them. Remember, it's not for them. You don't have to interact with them at all if you don't want to. See if you can let go in your mind and set yourself free from the pain that was caused. It might help to reverse your perspective and see that the pain someone caused you merely means that you have more growth to do. They couldn't do better, and it's most likely a pain transferred to them from someone else that has been transformed to you. And now you have the opportunity to stop the cycle. You're a beautiful individual, and you deserve to flourish and move forward without grimness. If you're blaming yourself, practice to forgive yourself as well and thank yourself for eventually getting out of the situation and doing the best you could. All right, guys, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you on the next one.